What is going on YouTube, and welcome back everyone tuning in, because we are going to be dropping a wild list. But before we get into it, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel too. In today's video, we're going to be going over the top 5 homes that were owned or associated with US presidents, along with all of the crazy details too. It's going to be hype, so without any more interruptions, let's just go ahead and dive straight into it. Kicking this list off at our number 5 spot, we have the Manhattan Townhouse that's on the site of George Washington's headquarters. With an asking price of about $11.5 million, this historic townhouse is located in the Charlton King Vandam Historic District, which was an area that was once part of Richmond Hill, an estate originally built in 1767 for a British official, ironically. For those who aren't brushed up on their history, Washington used Richmond Hill as his HQ during the American Revolution, and John Adams also lived there while he served as vice president under him. It was later purchased by Aaron Burr, the country's third vice president, who was infamously known for killing Alexander Hamilton in an old-fashioned duel. Up next for number 4, we have the Palm Springs house that was built on land formerly owned by Gerald Ford, coming in at a price of around $3.7 million. This 5-bedroom, 6.5-bathroom house in Rancho Mirage, California was built 5 years ago, as this particular plot of land was the site of Ford's personal office and his Secret Service detail. President Ford and his wife had moved a little southwest from this location after leaving the White House back in 1976, staying here until his death in 2006. The property includes a pool, outdoor lounging, dining areas, and a fairly huge fire pit. Moving on to our number 3 spot, we have the mansion that was formerly owned by Abraham Lincoln's granddaughter. As most of us may already know, Lincoln had lived in a log cabin for most of his life before becoming president, so there's obviously no chance of finding that anywhere on the market. Instead, we found the next best thing that's found in Charleston, South Carolina. Dating all the way back to 1803 and known as the Swordgate House, it has served as a private residence, girls' school, and inn, being purchased by Jessie Lincoln Randolph, the granddaughter of President Abraham Lincoln, as a second residence. The price is a steep $17.5 million, but that's nothing from someone coming from such a prestigious lineage. The next one we have for this list at number 2 is gonna have to be the townhouse where John and Jackie Kennedy had met. Inside the neighborhood of Georgetown within Washington, D.C., the house was technically never the home of a president, but it is the site of one of the most important dinner parties at the time. In 1951, a journalist and his wife had introduced at the time Congressman JFK to Jacqueline Bouvier. The pair was married a couple of years later in Rhode Island, but the townhouse holds significant presidential value nonetheless, pending a market sale of around $1.7 million. And finally, to end this list off at number 1, we have the extravagant beach house that had hosted none other than William Howard Taft. With an asking price of about $2 million, this house, put on the Lake Erie island of Put-in-Bay, Ohio, is actually on the National Register of Historic Places. The home dates back to 1875 and was known to have Taft as a frequent visitor at the estate. In fact, he would go there so often that there was a custom, oversized chair at the house specifically for his rather big build. The waterfront property has a widow's walk, with a deck and access to a pier as well across the street. Amazing to see pieces of history still thriving today in luxurious fashion. But go ahead and let us know what presidential houses you'd want to visit, if you could, down in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel too if you haven't already for more great content like this again. Also, tapping the notification bell icon as well will keep you posted with the latest updates anytime we upload new stuff to the channel. We are signing off for now, but we will most certainly catch you all in the next one.